Hi vinyl community. Today I like to show two bands from my record collection. The first is Siouxsie and the Banshees. They first got together in London around 1976, released their first album in 1978. They were together for 20 years. During that time there was only two members who were with the band consistently for the full 20 years, that being Siouxsie Sue and the other being Steve Severin, the guitar player. They had a drummer named Budgie who was with him for a considerable amount of time but was not with him for the full 20 years. The first album that was released in 1978, it is called The Scream. Second album, called Joined Hands, released in 1979.
You dip your hands into my flesh and say you want to build a scar. I must have faith in this procedure.
The third album, titled Kaleidoscope, released in 1980. The next album, Juju, released in 1981.
You hear laughter cracking through the walls, you send you spinning. You have no choice, you hear laughter cracking through the walls, you send you spinning. You have no choice, following the footsteps of a red.
Next album, A Kiss in the Dream House, released in 1982. Next album, Hyena, released in 1984. Robert Smith of The Cure is on this album. He spent some time with the band, both in the studio and on, I believe he did a few tour dates with them as well. But being with The Cure, he was pretty busy and couldn't stick too long with this band. The next album, Tinderbox, released in 1986.
Water was running, children were running. You were running out to die under the mountain, a golden fountain.
Next album, Through the Looking Glass, released 1987.
Just relax. Be at rest like a bird in the day.
This album features the song Trust in Me, which is from the Jungle Book. The live version of the Jungle Book that I guess a couple years ago had Scarlett Johansson singing that song. Their next album, Peep Show, had a big hit on it, Peekaboo.
Listen something about you. Tip back out of home. She has many girls and she'll do what you want her to. Playing dead and sweet submission. Crack the window and I'll keep.
The FM station I listened to played songs from all these albums, but if I remember correctly, I think in the area where I lived at least, Peekaboo actually made it to some AM stations. 12-inch single. Next, I believe this is a live album. Oh, I kind of skipped a couple here. Let me see. One I have, called Superstition, I have on CD. This was released in 1991. I do see that record online. Little bit pricey. If I were to see it cheap at a vinyl show or something, I'd probably pick it up. But I can't ever recall seeing this one in the wild. He also did another one, the Rapture, which is 1995, I think. And I don't have a copy of that album. They did a few, I think 3 live albums. This is one of them, Rapture. And this one came out 1983, I think. I think this is the BBC. And I also have one, the singles, which is sort of like a greatest hits. This would be a good album to start with if you're wanting some Siouxsie and the Banshees in your collection, and give you a good overview of the sound of the band. Also one DVD. The next band is Sisters of Mercy. As far as I know, they only did 3 albums in the studio. I'll show what I have anyways. First and Last and Always, 1985.
And in the summer when the clouds come through, I might go the same way too if you and I could talk.
Next one, Floodland. This is one of my favorite albums in my collection. Sisters of Mercy is just basically this guy, and he's Andrew Eldritch. On each LP, there's complete change basically in the members of the band. And this one came out in 1987. The third one I have, it's on CD. Vision thing.
I don't know why you gotta be so undemanding.
Came out in 1990. A couple EPs.
The heat of the night, in the heat of the day.
I believe she was supposed to be the bass player on the second album. Another one. Rendition again, Give Me Shelter is on that EP. So that's it for Siouxsie and the Banshees and Sisters of Mercy. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.